Welcome back. I hope you've had a good week. I know I have. And I've been thinking a lot about the fact that kids are going back to school. My grandkids, like I said, are starting all new ventures. But you know, it just dawned on me recently that 50 years ago this month, I was heading off to college. Where does the time go? I used to think that people who had graduated from high school 50 years ago were really, really old, and now I'm there. You know, I was so ready to take that next step and leave small town Iowa for Cornell College in Mount Vernon and experience all kinds of new possibilities and exciting new things. That decade of the 70s was pretty weird, just like things are kind of right now. It was still one of protests against the Vietnam War. The national voting age had dropped from 21 to 18, so yay, we got to vote right off the bat. And the nearly fatal Apollo 13 flight, Watergate scandal, and the Olympic terrorist attack in Munich filled the headlines. And worst of all, the Beatles broke up during that time. But like many young people my age, we were focused less on world events and more on getting to know our roommates, adjusting to the world of college academia, and enjoying how our world was opening up now that we were on our own. I wouldn't go back to those years for anything, except maybe to do some things a little differently. But in a lot of ways, it was so much easier than what our kids and grandkids are having to navigate right now with masks, no masks, quarantine, no quarantine, virtual learning, going back to school. For all of the challenges that we faced in those 4 years of college and way beyond that, it pales in comparison to what our kids, grandkids, and others have experienced the last year and a half. I won't be around to know, but I would love to be at their high school reunions in 50 years and what they'll remember, what they'll try to forget, what they're going to talk about. As adults, none of us have experienced the disruptions, abrupt changes, and unknown long-term effects on learning that these kids were going to have to deal with now and in the future. Not to mention the mental health and adjustments to learning at home and then going back to school in person. We worship and love a God who understands the things that we struggle with, who knows our fears and concerns, and is there to help us past every bump and boulder in our path. We may feel like we're alone, navigating our world like it's completely uncharted territory. But God knows what's ahead of us and behind us, and He sees the path that seems so unclear for us and will not let us stumble or fall. One of my favorite Psalms and one of my favorite scriptures is Psalm 139, and I challenge you to read it in its entirety. This is how it begins. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. Before a word is on my tongue, you, Lord, know it completely. You hem me in from behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. Your God knows you, loves you, and will protect and guide you through every day of your life. Lean on Him when your path seems unclear, and He'll be right there with you every step of the way. God's blessings to you.